Hi, fellow ballroom dance fans. Sunny here. So, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Sunny. I am a professional ballroom dancer. So, I've spent a lifetime in this kind of microcosm of the ballroom dance world, and I'm here today to share with you kind of insider information on what goes on in the world of ballroom dance. So first off, we have many fans of ballroom dance here, many ballroom dancers. We would all love to hear your opinions, your own experiences. So please always comment when you have something to share, because everyone would love to see that. And also, I'm begging you, please post comments about other things that you'd like to hear about, because I'm kind of shooting darts blind here as to what I think people would be most interested in hearing about based on the most common questions that I hear. So today, I would love to address a very common question or complaint I get from my own students. And that is, oh, I wish I would have started dancing when I was younger. I would be so much better. And I want to dispel that myth today, because you can become a very accomplished dancer regardless of what age level you start at, okay? So I have a couple examples of you coming out of the chute. First of all, I had a male pro-am student in his 90s who regularly won one of the top solo awards, meaning in most competition there you didn't see it on reality TV, but there's a division called top solo, kind of like you would see on Dancing with the Stars, where people enter a wide variety of styles of dance. I could do a waltz, I could do a cha-cha, I could do a mix. And I present a solo, often with kind of like a little theme or a storyline to it. And I am judged against all the other soloists in the comp. And this tends to be a pretty big category. So you could be up against, 50 other soloists. And then generally the top 6 are recalled. They redance in the evening session. And then those top 6 are placed. Anyway, he was in his 90s. Regularly competing, almost always competing against people that were a fraction of his age, and he would still, I don't recall him ever winning the very top award, but making that final, that is a huge accomplishment, okay? Number 2, I've had multiple amateur couple students who started with me from zero experience as adults, make the finals at nationals, the U.S. National Championships, even win titles at the U.S. National Championships, okay? Now, realistically, there are going to be some limitations. If you start as an adult, it is statistically unlikely, extremely unlikely, that you're going to win any world titles, especially in the adult A categories. But fortunately, as you saw in Dancing Queens, there are age divisions, okay? So in the United States, for amateurs, there's an adult B, there's a senior, and Blackpool, there's a senior division, which is 35 and up. You're always welcome to compete to a lower skill level, but there's not going to be any 34-year-olds allowed to go against you in that senior division. And I have seen a couple who started learning as an adult win the adult B or the senior in Blackpool, okay? I've also seen in the U.S. National Championships multiple dancers who started learning as adults win that adult B category, win the senior category. So it is absolutely possible to begin dancing not as a 10-year-old or even an 18-year-old and still become a beautiful, accomplished dancer and a successful competitor, okay? Now, the reality is, are you going to compete successfully in the professional championship division or even amateur championship division with against amateur couples? Probably unlikely. I have seen one exception I can think of. This person won a world title as an amateur dancer at Blackpool, and they started as an adult, but their partner, their lady, was very experienced, and their dad was a former world champion. So he had kind of a limitless lesson access to elite level coaching, okay? So, as mentioned, you do have these different age divisions. There's the under 21, there's the adult A, that's the most competitive. There's adult B, there's senior. And although these people might not compete at the pro championship level, they're absolutely trained dancers. And honestly, any of them could turn pro if they wanted. Even if they weren't competing at that champ pro level, they would have very successful teaching careers because they're going to be more competent than most of the teachers who, as previously shared, tend not to be really elite level dancers. And the reality is most people that get into ballroom dancing don't have aspirations of becoming a world champion. They just would like to become either a comfortable, competent social dancer, or in some cases, a really beautiful dancer and or successful competitor. These are kind of different goals, okay? But there is no time that is too late to start dancing. I have taught more than one person in their 90s, and they become a dancer just as good as anyone else, okay? There's not a limit. So if you didn't start dancing as a child, do you have potential? Yes. Don't be disheartened. Absolutely, you have potential. But there are caveats, okay? You are going to have to, if you start dancing as an adult and want to really achieve that elite level of dancing, whether it's in Pro-Am or the amateur divisions, you are going to need a lot of money and a lot of time, okay? Where are you going to spend that money? On loads of coaching, as many lessons as you can take with as highly skilled coaches as you can take from, okay? And it's not only the cost of those lessons, it's the opportunity cost. You're not working during that time because you're out hooking and jabbing in the trenches in the dance studios, okay? Same thing with competitions. Each of these, it's not just the money you spend in entering, it's the cost. Whether if you're doing prime, you might have to pay for your pro 2 plus pay for your pro's time. Or if you're amateur, it's still expensive. You have to pay for plane tickets, hotel, and again, opportunity cost because you will have missed work to go do that comp, okay? So that's a big cost. There's costuming, particularly if you do 10 dance, or some people do even more than 10 dance. They do all the American smooth, American rhythm, international Latin, international standard, and there's many other kind of side dances you can do in prime, like Peabody, Lindy Hop, etc., Argentine tango. They have pretty much anything. Finally, there is that intangible element of talent. So I can't tell you whether you have that or not, but honestly, most teachers are going to be honest with you. They're not going to know right out of the chute. Certainly as a teacher, it takes me a little bit of a learning curve to figure out, how do I teach this person effectively? And that's different for each couple. But some teachers will be honest, some won't. If any teacher guarantees you a world title or a national title or heaps of success in competition, they're not lying. They are not being honest. Run the other way. But if they're like, hey, you have potential, I'd probably take them at their word. I'm certainly not going to blow smoke up someone's butt. In fact, I have had amateur students, or even one of my pro students who was like, oh, I want to become a champion. Am I going to be able to do that? And I've honestly told them, no, I don't see it with what you bring to the table in terms of time, money, or even talent, honestly, because it does require a combo of both. But anyway, anyone can become a dancer. Anyone can become a pretty good dancer. With those kind of special assets, you can become a great dancer, even if you start as an adult. So don't lose hope. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Again, look forward to seeing those thumbs up. I'm not monetized at all, so I just love it when I get that notification from YouTube that I have a new subscriber or a thumbs up button. I love that. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.